So we are team Yamuna and we are presenting quantum physics and its reality. So,
What is quantum physics? Quantum physics is the science that studies the smallest stuff in the universe. You might know these as the parts of atom, protons, neutrons and electrons. Though we can't predict what the particle is doing or will do for sure, we can just take out the probability of the event. No one has ever seen them, but by mathematical models, we can predict how they can look. For Big Bang theory to work, there is a very important part that quantum physics plays. It tries to describe how the atoms reacted and have combined such that we have this universe. Some terms and their meanings. Probability. Probability is the measure of the chance or likelihood of an event to occur. For example, if we will toss a coin, there is a chance that it might land heads or tails. Mathematical model. Mathematical model is an abstract model that uses mathematical language to describe the behavior of a system. There is a famous quote by Werner Heisenberg: we can no longer speak of the behavior of the particle independently of the process of observation. As a final consequence, the natural laws formulated mathematically in quantum theory no longer deal with the elementary particles themselves but with our knowledge of them. Nor is it any longer possible to ask whether or not these particles exist in space and time objectively. When we speak of the picture of nature in the exact science of our age, we do not mean a picture of nature so much as a picture of our relationship with nature.
Ayush.
We cannot only talk about what the particle is doing at the moment. It's only possible to observe. It's not possible to make predictions on the future or the past. So, the future or the past. Uh, so, how is it possible to predict the interactions of the particle in an environment which is so extreme? Mm. Uh, in such extreme condition, the whole observable universe, which weighed more than 10 raised to the power 50 tons, was compressed to a point of 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter is one of a centimeter. In such small area, the whole universe was there in such condition which are even beyond human imagination. How is it possible to tell what was happening there? So there is a concept in physics which is called the observer effect. The observer effect of quantum physics states that the act of observing anything changes its states or properties. Uh, so in quantum physics, there is this principle. So according to this, a problem arises when we apply quantum mechanic to the universe. But the universe include all observers, so you cannot have an outside observer in an attempt to formulate a version of quantum mechanism that does not require an outside observer. Scientists have created a theory called multiverse.
The universe continuously splits into innumerable copies. Each parallel universe contains observers to see that particular set of quantum alternatives, and according to this theory, all of these universes are real. The idea of tends to 10 raised to the 100 plus slightly imperfect copies of oneself, all constantly splitting into further copies, which is ultimately becoming unrecognizable, is not easy to reconcile with common sense. So, and on based on this topic, there are many movies created. As you can see, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. So you know that in Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange goes in another multiverse, multi-universe, and then he fights Dormammu. So these things are less of reality and more of a fictional, more of fictional ideas.
So in psychology, there's this concept called the materialistic reduction. Okay. So usme they say that materialistic reduction is the idea that everything can be explained just by getting to know the building blocks of everything. So if you know cheese kisse bani hai, then you can explain everything which is happening around. But if you think about it, sense nahi banti. Example of cake ka. If you have the ingredients of cake, मतलब मैदा है, you have baking soda, you have vanilla essence. Seeing all these ingredients separately, you can't tell कि इससे cake बनेगा. And if there's some chef, he can make some other dish from that same ingredients. So just by looking at the ingredients, just by studying them, just by knowing कि क्या बना है, we can't explain कि क्या बनेगा और कैसे बना है. The process we can't tell just by doing this. So they have incomplete knowledge क्योंकि they don't know कि creator कौन है इस चीज का. And even if they think they know, they're not ready to accept कि God has created this. So ऐसे लोगों का जो success देखते हैं, how much success do these kind of people have in life? This is the success of reductionists. So so general relativity, there's a theory of general relativity and quantum mechanics. So scientists say that to explain how the universe started or how the universe began, we need both of these theories. We need both of these theories, and they have to be they have to combine together. But unfortunately for these scientists, ये जो दोनों theories है, when applied to cosmological questions, ये contradict करती है एक दूसरे को. So then we have a problem that you can't explain how the universe started. And then what happens, the scientists है, they hope कि अगर हमारे पास कुछ grand unified theory आ जाएगी, मतलब the theory which combines both of them, then we can maybe explain how the universe started. So there was this man called Paul Dirac. So he was a Sweden scientist. He's a very famous scientist, and he was the creator of a concept called quantum field theory. So this concept is kind of a try. So he tried to unify both general relativity and quantum physics. And just उसने बनाया ये, and then he applied it to the cosmological questions. He said this quote, that the mathematics makes no sense. मतलब मैंने ऐसा theory बनाई, and then he did so much effort, but even then the mathematics of the theory doesn't make sense. So he can't still explain how the universe start. And then there's this Nobel laureate, Steven Weinberg, who says that it may take a century or two, matlab 100 years or 200 years to get the mathematics together for the grand unified theory. So the basis of Big Bang is still not there, and जो scientists है वो तो चौड़े आते हैं कि हमें सब कुछ पता है, and we can explain the cosmos, but even they don't even have the mathematical basis of what they're speaking on. So yeah, so that means they don't have a mathematical proof for the Big Bang. So it is being constructed, the Big Bang theory, on no foundations. कुछ foundation नहीं है what they're talking about. So it's very easy to disprove this theory. So without the mathematics, how they prove this is that they make huge and long tails कि आपके पास multiverse होगा. My voice is echoing.
Sophia, you are on mute.
अच्छा,
Pranab, please unmute and speak.
yes, sorry. Okay, so the science which we see around us, the science that has had so much development, which has created this technology and all of it, it is based on physical theories or Newtonian science. And जो Newtonian science होता है उसके 3 fundamental principles होते हैं. That जो Newtonian science है, it must be able to express everything in mathematical terms, in mathematical formulas. And after that mathematical description, it must be confirmed by observation and control experiments. Also, having simplicity is very much required in these physical theories on Newtonian science. But neither of these 3 are present in Big Bang. इसमें कुछ भी नहीं है Big Bang में. So, this is just storytelling to fill the gaps. The scientists को पता नहीं है, they're just telling stories कि this might have happened, or ऐसा हो गया. This is storytelling. This is not truth. Okay. So there is this question now that इतनी complications क्यों है? मतलब इतनी difficult terms की quantum reality and then all these other terms. Why is science so difficult to understand? Why there's so many complications? So there's this quote by Albert Einstein. It says that if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So इसका मतलब है that जो scientists है, they themselves don't know what they're talking about. So they give it in such fabricated long language, a difficult language hai, that's difficult for common person to follow. So it does not make sense to blindly take the knowledge of some people who themselves don't know what they're teaching. It's like asking a blind man for directions. So खुद को नहीं पता, then how do you expect him to tell you the right directions? So this is a small story I wanted to share with you all. You might all know this story. So this is the story of the emperor's new clothes. So it goes like this. So once upon a time, there was this king or emperor whose only interest in life was to wear new and beautiful clothes. So once 2 thieves and 2 people, they wanted to cheat him and they wanted to teach him a lesson. So what they did, they went to the emperor and then they told him that we are very great weavers, so we can weave the best cloth. We can weave such a cloth that no one in the world has it. So the emperor got क्या बोलते हैं उसका मन कर गया कि हाँ I also want this kind of cloth. If no one in the world has it, I should have it. So he pays these 2 cheaters, these 2 thieves कि आप मेरे लिए कपड़ा बनाओ. So they start weaving, kind of मतलब fake weaving. So they give this actually condition कि जो हम कपड़ा बनाएंगे, only the people who are stupid can't see it. Stupid and incompetent people will not be able to see the dress. So on this condition, the emperor agrees and gives them the money and all the material, and they start weaving. Jitna material hota hai, they keep on asking for more silk, more money, and that just keeps on going in their pockets, un thieves ke. And then after 2-3 months, they bring that cloth, so-called cloth, to the emperor, and he says that the dress is ready. अब जहाँ पे कुछ है नहीं, हवा है बस. So emperor सोचता है कि अगर मैं बोलूँ तो कुछ नहीं दिख रहा, I can't see anything, then everybody will think I'm a fool, I'm unfit for my position. तो फिर वो अब बोलने लगता है, oh so exquisite हो गया, इतने such beautiful embroidery, जहाँ पे कुछ है भी नहीं यहाँ पे. So he gets so excited, then he says कि I will go out to my country to show everybody कैसे dress है new. So उसको कपड़े पहना देते हैं वो लोग cheaters, और जब वो कहता है कि मुझे कुछ फील ही नहीं हो रहा क्या है, तो बोलता है ऐसा कपड़े का है कि इतना लाइट है कि आपको फील ही नहीं होता कि कपड़ा है. So ऐसे उनको उल्लू बना देते हैं एम्परर को, एंड देन ही रोम्स द सिटी. सो हर बंदा देख रहा है उसको कि दैट एम्परर इज नेकेड, ही इज नॉट वेयरिंग एनीथिंग, बट नोबडी इज सेइंग एनीथिंग. सब लोग चुप है, सब लोग देख रहे हैं, और दे आर ऑल सेइंग कि ओह सच अ ब्यूटीफुल ड्रेस. व्हाई? क्योंकि उनको डर है कि इफ ही से तो कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा हमें, दे विल थिंक कि हम लोग बुद्धू है, वी आर स्टूपिड, एंड देन विल बी ऑस्ट्रेसाइज्ड सोसाइटी, हमें मतलब निकाल दिया जाएगा यहाँ से. So they don't say anything, they just keep on complimenting him. It's such a beautiful dress, it's amazing. But फिर एक बच्चा होता है, this child, he cries out, oh the emperor is naked, the emperor is naked. तो फिर क्या होता है, then everybody realizes हाँ the emperor is naked, we're just following some foolish thing said by some foolish people. So then they all start saying the emperor is naked, and then the emperor also realizes his mistake, and then he punishes the cheaters. So the moral of the story is, जो बताई थी लंबी कहानी, इसका रीजन क्या था? It was this is our story, हमारे साथ ही सब कुछ होता है. So जो scientist है, they are the cheaters or the tailors or the thieves which came to us and tell them कि ये लिखो, ये हमारी new theory है, and if you can't understand this theory, that means you are stupid, you don't understand anything, you are backwards. So then people having the fear कि हमें बोल दिया जाएगा कि हम backwards है, हमें intelligent enough नहीं है, so they start agreeing to everything that the scientists say. कितना भी ridiculous हो, कितना भी illogical हो, they don't raise their voice in the fear कि हमें ये तो नहीं बोल देंगे लोग कि हम stupid हैं. But जो बच्चा था, he did not care कि लोग क्या सोचेंगे, तो उसने immediately बोल दिया, oh the emperor is naked, है ना? So similarly we also have to be like that child कि when we listen all this, we should not blindly follow, we should not blindly think कि अगर हम लोग ये नहीं मानेंगे तो हमारा क्या होगा, people think हम intelligent enough नहीं है. We should understand कि जो ये सारा है, this is all illogical, इसकी कोई substantial basis नहीं है. So we should always question everything, and we should never take anything blindly. So this was an important story, and thank you so much on that note. And Hari Krishna, hope you enjoyed this presentation. This was an effort by Dhruv, Ayush, Goranga, and me. And anybody has any questions? Hope you enjoyed this.
हरे कृष्णा. थैंक यू प्रणव. कौन कौन था आपके ग्रुप में?
प्रभु जी, ध्रुव, आयुष एंड गोरंगा. गोरंगा couldn't join us unfortunately क्योंकि उसका नेटवर्क इश्यूज था वहां पर.
अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन. दिस वाज आई वुड से अ डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक. क्वांटम फिजिक्स नाम सुन के थोड़ा डर लगता है, क्वांटम फिजिक्स क्या है. But I gave this topic specifically to Pranav because he expressed to me before कि उसको quantum physics थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है, something which he finds exciting. So, Prabhuji, I'll just speak 2-3 lines and then you can give your. So, Pranav was sharing his realization about the presentation. Actually, सबके साथ ही होगा because जो हमने research material दिया था, it was written by a scientist and it was for the intellectual class. तो उसको हमारी एज में उसको पढ़ना, उसको इंटरप्रेट करना, और फिर उसको to make it understandable for like Vatsendra was telling that even a layman person, even a 10-year-old child can understand. It is very difficult and it takes quite an amount of effort जो आप सब डाल ही रहे हो. तो प्रणव was sharing कि उसने 3-4 बार पढ़ा था, उसको समझ ही नहीं आया क्या लिखा है. But then later after some time उसको जब पढ़ा तो उसको अच्छा, उसको समझ आने लगा चीजें. And then he actually found it interesting. फिर उसने और कुछ बुक पढ़ा, he was reading some advanced books also. तो मतलब that is how it feels कि कोई चीज स्टार्टिंग में डिफिकल्ट लगता है बट हम उसको पढ़ते हैं. When we actually go into the depth, then Krishna also sees our effort. Krishna will हमको help करते हैं. This is what happened. The presentation was really good in the sense I could see प्रणव ने बहुत मेहनत किया था, especially presentation बनाने में. विजुअल्स बहुत अच्छे थे. it was like one of the very best presentations जो हमने देखा. I could see small details जो आपने add कर रखा था उसके अंदर according to the topic and what was written in the content. एक छोटा सा वहाँ पे अगर chemical test tube में दिख रहा है तो this was really good. और लीड कर तो साथ साथ टॉपिक्स को डिवाइड करना, फिर उसको सब डिवाइड करके देन कोऑर्डिनेटिंग, तो ये सब बहुत अच्छे से हुआ. एवरीबॉडी वाज स्पीकिंग व्हाट वाज देयर एंड द पॉइंट्स वर लॉजिकल टू द पॉइंट. हाँ, इट वाज टू द पॉइंट एंड लॉजिकल. प्रभु जी.
Arindam, Prabhu, Vrinda, you want to give your feedback sandwiches?
Prabhu, I have a question.
Question. So like, okay, questions are good, but let's have the sandwich first. Who would like to offer the sandwich to Narmada? Which group is this? Narmada? Yamuna, sorry. So Vrinda, why don't you offer a sandwich to Narmada group?
Yes, so it was a really nice presentation and very well explained. And end में जो प्रणव ने भी story सुनाया, it was related to the topic. Off track नहीं जा रहा था, and it was an entertaining story, and it was he told it very nicely, and he told it in such a way in which every age group would understand, and it was a very interesting session. So that's my.
Okay, thank you, Vrinda. I'll just add one small point, like one small, like, sandwich to the sandwich. Like, I would say sandwich to the sandwich. So see, whenever we are appreciating anybody, so in ISKCON, like the general words for appreciation are like this. Like say somebody is giving a lecture. So after the lecture, this is what almost everybody says. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for such a nice lecture. It's a wonderful lecture, such a good lecture. So all of these words are very good, but if you look at these words, there are actually words which don't tell you much. Like very nice lecture. I'm not saying about you, I'm saying about all of us. We do that, and in ISKCON, this is the standard answer that comes after every class. What a nice lecture! What a wonderful lecture! What was wonderful about that? What was nice about it? There's something which is nice, no? So what is that something? Like you mentioned the story, which is good. But I'm saying for everybody else who is there in the group, that when we are appreciating, Vrinda did a very good thing. She pointed out one story, which is very nice. So like that, we have to come up with points. And Vrinda also said that she said another point, which was like very good, that she added that point. So like this, we have to come with points. We should not just say good, very nice, very interesting. What made it interesting? So we should always bring in these details. The specifics of an appreciation are very important. Otherwise, it looks like naam ke liye kar rahe hain. Bola ja raha hai, karne ke liye to kar rahe hain. It should not look like that. Okay, but Vrinda, you did very well. Thank you so much. Now the middle part of the sandwich, the improvement.
I don't have any improvements, but I have a question. So
Okay. You can ask your question, and then I remember who can ask his question.
okay, so my question is, like in the end, Pranav also concluded that we shouldn't be afraid of defying any scientific theory or saying that we don't agree to it. But like in the story, it was mentioned that when that child said that, then everyone agreed to it. But nowadays, if we say it, then people are not so willing to accept that. So how to say it freely?
Can I answer that, Pranav? Hare Krishna. What is the problem right now? At that time, people knew that they had the courage. At that time, people had the courage to stand up and say that, see that the emperor is naked. So then they would go with that person. But scientists, people think scientists are they are one step ahead of us. They are more superior in a way. They think that way. So they have a lot more knowledge than us. So if we will deny them, then that means that they will think that we do not have the proper knowledge. We don't have the proper knowledge to stand up against those people. Why? Because they are making up useless, meaningless theories. And those theories, if we are trying to stand up against them, people would still say, no, he is correct, you don't know him, he is a very big scientist. If we still had the courage right now, so why would we will be accepting Big Bang? Why would we say that there was a big explosion? If somebody had the courage to stand up and say, but no, because they think that they are more intelligent than us, and we cannot like argue with them. They are more superior and intelligent than us. That is the problem with this.
Vrinda, did you get answer to your question?
Yes, thank you, Dhruv.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Dhruv. You were so confident while you were answering that. Like it was as if you have such.
Prabhuji, I actually understood that whole thing. So
What did you
that's
understand?
I understood the whole thing. All
Wow.
I like what we all did. We had highlighted. We were understanding each and every single thing. We were asking everybody. We were asking each and every person for any doubt. So, like I had everything in my mind prepared before speaking. So it was easy. With everybody, it was easy.
Yes. And I'll just add one more point before Bruce starts speaking. The fact, we have the science has been presented to us like ever since we were kids and we started studying science in school. हमें ये बताया गया है कि just like होता है ना religion के अंदर होता है religion के अंदर होता है dogmas, we call it dogmas, 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 stereotypes. क्या होते हैं वो कि आप सवाल मत करो, आप मान लो कि ये सही है. तो सिमिलरली ऐसा लगता नहीं है, हम सोचते नहीं है, बट साइंस में भी देयर आर डॉगमास, देयर आर स्टीरियोटाइप्स कि ये सही है, ये सही ही है. आप इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन मत करो, क्यों ना करें क्वेश्चन. इफ इट इज साइंस वी शुड बी एबल टू क्वेश्चन एंड वी शुड बी एबल टू आंसर. बट Srila Prabhupada has taught us, Srila Prabhupada ने दिखाया हमें कि when Srila Prabhupada started questioning scientists, so they did not actually have answers. Srila Prabhupada ने बोला कि बहुत simply बोला कि okay, if life has come from matter, so can you show us that? If I give you the materials that you need, can you create life? And they said, we cannot say that. So why you cannot say it? If you are scientists, if you have a science, so why can you not demonstrate that before us? So it is good by Srila Prabhupada's blessings. Only we are able to ask these questions and we can see that science is not able to answer. It has strong doubts. It has very strong confusions amongst themselves, which they are not bringing out, which nobody wants to bring out to us. They are very strong confusions. As Radhika has said, people just don't want to learn the truth. Yes, they just want to continue with what has been taught. And this is what is called irrationality. Rationalism means that whatever you ask me to believe, give me a logical reason to believe that. And if you do not have reason, this means you do not have a logical argument that you want me to believe in. Nilakshi is saying exactly, people are too afraid to know the truth. Yes, because their whole structure, unka jo pura ek thinking a process that has been built up over that flaw, वो एक झूठ के ऊपर बना हुआ है. और अगर वो झूठ अगर उसका फाउंडेशन ब्रेक कर दोगे तो उनकी और सारी जो थ्योरीज है उसके ऊपर बनी हुई हैं, all of them become crashing down, which nobody wants to, which nobody would let happen. So we can talk a lot more about this, and we will do that in the future coming sessions. We'll have other theories that you all will study, and you will present the flaws in those theories. And they don't want God in the middle because so that they become independent. Yes, that's what the denial of God helps them in. They can continue doing what they're doing. Okay, Arjun. Okay, fine. You can leave, Arjun Prabhu. Thank you so much for being with us. Arjun Prabhu, we can ask the question.
My presentation actually.
We
Arjun
can have it
Prabhu.
next time, bro. Bro, I asked all the group
We'll have
members. They are not well prepared. They're saying that we'll be able to give it better next time.
Okay, so next Sunday we will have your presentation, and Hardik Prabhu will give like the new topics to us, and we'll have one presentation left in the next week, next Sunday, and we'll have new topics. And if anybody wants, we can also have new groups and new leaders also. But all of that conversation has to be in private. It should not be public. If in case you feel you need a new group leader or you need a new team, we're happy with that. But do not put that in public. Do not put that for everybody to read. Just let Hardik Prabhu know. Is that okay?
Yes, okay. Bro, can I add one small improvement for Pranav, bro, for you?
Yeah, but let me just give the improvements, and then we can have
Okay.
your
Yes, totally.
let me give the good points. So the best part was it was so easy to understand. It was so easy. Everything had been like, it had been brought down into very simple forms to understand. They started with explaining that why are they talking about theoretical physics, and what significance does the existence of these small particles like neutrinos and positrons has on the Big Bang. That was very important, and that was very well done. The beginning was that connecting point was very nice. The story that came up in the end, it was so easy to understand.